it's life-altering and it's long-lasting.
You're losing the person, someone you know and have loved for all these years, over several years, and that it's very hard. It's very difficult.
Alzheimer's disease can be such a kind of random thing. You can do all the right things, and yet you can still come down with Alzheimer's disease. And of course, right now, as we know, there is no cure for it.
I think the most important thing that people should take away from this project is don't try to go this alone. That if you have somebody that's in Alzheimer's, that has Alzheimer's, there are services out there that can give you a break.
With the caregivers, the families. And I was so impressed with how strong they are, how committed they are, and how unselfish they give to their loved ones. You don't see that all the time.
I think what we've learned here is that when Alzheimer's strikes a family, it doesn't just strike the patient, the victim. It strikes the entire family.
The message I found out was that you prepare. Families should prepare for something like this.
This piece of journalism in this series was Karen Mansfield's story about a person experiencing Alzheimer's who decided to take her own life. I thought that Karen did a tremendous job with the story of Sandra Bem.
I think the thing that affected me most was seeing the families and how they dealt with the loved one that had Alzheimer's. I was talking with someone from Presbyterian Senior Care who said that if you met one person with dementia, you've met one person with dementia. And I think that was so true because everybody's case was so different.
When we embarked on this project, I thought that we were just going to share people's stories and, provide some resources for caregivers and those with dementia. But throughout this project, my life has been enriched so much by the inspirational people that I've met. I mean, I can't tell you how much my visits with Anna have meant to me. I was like a kid on Christmas morning whenever I knew I was gonna go see her. And before I would leave, I would always kiss her on the forehead and tell her that I loved her. And she would say, "I love you too." And I have so many wonderful memories that I will really treasure forever.
Individually, I think we've had organizations that we've met that are dealing with it very well. But I think we need to come up with a better game plan that includes our communities, our churches, our police departments, to try and deal with Alzheimer's patients.
I think all of us have been moved deeply. We all look at Alzheimer's and dementia in a different light now. We all really appreciate the good health that we have at the moment.
And I think we need to continue to support research so that maybe one day, 100 years from now, who knows, we'll look back on a day, or people will look back maybe the way we do now on people dying of tuberculosis 100 years ago, where no one dies of tuberculosis now, and maybe in 2114, people will think, wow, people actually died of Alzheimer's disease and we can get a vaccine for it now, that kind of thing.